In Psalm 15, David's talking about having your internal motivation matching your external actions. When your internal motivation does not match your external actions, we call that cognitive dissonance. And we deal with that every day. Cognitive dissonance is what happens when one value set conflicts with another value set. For example, I value being trustworthy to my family, but I also value my social status amongst my friends, and those two might come into conflict with each other. You'll also see this happening in your life when you scroll through Instagram and you come across another one of those health warnings that says, hey, this thing that you love is actually killing you. You're trying to be health conscious, but you're also trying to save money. And even when you choose the thing that is health conscious, it's killing the planet in another way. Living with cognitive dissonance forces us to make compromises all throughout the day. A lot of these are very simple compromises, like saying, I'll eat the chips, but I'm also going to have salsa, and that's a vegetable, right? What David's referring to in Psalm 15 is the cognitive dissonance that you experience when you know that what you're doing is going to hurt somebody else and still go through with it. And David's saying that daily choice, that is going to break you down, and that will not give you any rest. You won't be feeling solid, stable as a person. When we experience cognitive dissonance, it's really taxing to the brain. And so we like to, within our own brain circuitry, try to resolve that. And we do it in basically one of two ways. We either recognize the cognitive dissonance and say, hey, the action that I'm being involved in is not congruent with the things that I believe or the values that I hold dear. And so we change our action. Now, that is usually a lot more difficult than simply changing our beliefs to match with the action we're already taking. And so we tend to actually do that more often than changing our actions to align with our beliefs. So that's why David says we keep our vows even at cost to us, even when it hurts us. And that is what brings in the factor of trust. Trust says, I believe you're going to be congruent to the value that you place on me, even when it's going to hurt you to do it. I believe that about you. So now when we're experiencing one of these moments of cognitive dissonance, we can ask ourselves, I've got two values and they seem incompatible in this moment, so I want to make an intentional choice here. Am I going to choose to shift my value, or am I going to choose to shift my behavior, even though it's probably going to cost me at the expense of the other value? In order to make that decision, we in some ways need to have a hierarchy of values, and that's what David's got here. He has a hierarchy of values that puts social contracts and relational reliability above financial gain and social status. Doing this and then maintaining consistency of those choices, he says that kind of person is reliable. That's the kind of person whose feet are on a mountain and somebody who's not going to be shaken.